Imagine if oxygen took its sweet time entering your cells. Every breath would be a struggle. But thanks to diffusion, life flows effortlessly. Let's break it down. Cells require a constant supply of vital substances from the outside, such as oxygen, glucose, and amino acids. Cells also need to get rid of toxic, non-usable, and excess material from the cell. Therefore, there is a constant movement of substances in and out of the cell across the cell membrane. Substances pass through the cell membrane mainly by three processes: diffusion, osmosis, and active transport. This video talks about diffusion. Diffusion is the movement of substances from the region of higher concentration to the region of low concentration. During diffusion, substances always move down the concentration gradient. This means that they always move from where they are more to where they are less. The diffusion process does not require energy to take place. Therefore, it is a passive process. Challenge number 1. If diffusion doesn't require energy, why do some substances still need active transport? Can you guess a reason? Write your answer in the comments. What is the importance of diffusion to the cells? It enables a constant supply of small vital substances into the cell. For instance, oxygen and lipids enter animal cells by diffusion. It also enables a constant removal of small waste materials from the cell. For instance, carbon dioxide leaves animal cells by diffusion. A mini experiment. Take a deep breath in. Now exhale. That carbon dioxide just left your body through diffusion. Can you think of another daily activity where diffusion happens? The rate of diffusion of substances across the cell membrane varies. Sometimes the rate is fast, while other times the rate is slow, based on various factors. The main factors that affect the rate of diffusion of substances across the cell membrane include, first, the size of the substance. Smaller substances diffuse faster than larger substances. For instance, oxygen and lipids enter the cell by diffusion. As the oxygen molecules are smaller than those of lipids, oxygen diffuses faster than lipids. Therefore, the smaller the substance, the faster the rate of diffusion of the substance across the cell membrane. Challenge number 2. If oxygen is smaller and diffuses faster than lipids, why do our cells still need lipids at all? Drop your thoughts below. The second factor that affects the rate of diffusion is the extent of the concentration gradient. Concentration gradient is the difference in concentration between two regions. If the oxygen concentration is higher outside the cell than inside, it diffuses across the cell membrane faster than if the inside and the outside concentration were equal. Therefore, the greater the concentration gradient, the faster the rate of diffusion. Challenge number 3. When you spray perfume in one corner of the room, why does the scent spread out? That's diffusion in action. But does it happen faster in a small room or a big one? The third factor is temperature. Temperature increases the movement of substances. Substances diffuse across the cell membrane faster if the temperature surrounding the cell is higher and slowly if the temperature is lower, as long as the cell is not denatured. Therefore, the higher the temperature, the faster the rate of diffusion. Challenge number 4. Ever noticed how the smell of food spreads faster when it's hot? That's diffusion at work. Can you think of another example where temperature speeds up diffusion? To recap, diffusion is the movement of substances from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. Diffusion is one of the processes by which substances pass through the cell membrane. Cells acquire small vital substances such as oxygen and lipids from the outside by diffusion. The process is also important in the constant removal of toxic, non-usable, and excess materials from the cell, such as carbon dioxide. During diffusion, substances always move down the concentration gradient, and it is a passive process. The factors that affect the rate of diffusion are, first, the size of the substance. The smaller the substance, the faster the rate of diffusion. Second, the extent of the concentration gradient. The greater the concentration gradient, the faster the rate of diffusion. Third, temperature. The higher the temperature, the faster the rate of diffusion. Fourth, the surface area of the cell membrane. The more exposed the cell membrane is, the faster the rate of diffusion. And finally, the thickness of the cell membrane. The thinner the membrane, the faster the rate of diffusion. Diffusion keeps your cells alive, but what about when substances need to move against the concentration gradient? In the next video, we'll uncover active transport.